Welcome back to the program. Hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. There's been some talk, and it's coming from General Flynn, that he's warning that America could be subjected to another coup, another secret color revolution. And we're starting to see the fruits of that. Because what was the Seditious Six? These were deep state operatives with military backgrounds that decided to undermine the United States military. And hopefully they'll be held accountable for doing so. But you know what? He's right. Because the deep state has never gone away. They've just gotten quiet. Many of them are running to their lawyers, obviously, because a lot of them are going to be indicted pretty soon and have already been indicted. But I'm starting to wonder if what we just witnessed in Washington, D.C., with this National Guard shooting and tragedy and the loss of this beautiful young 20-year-old girl, Sarah, is this the deep state? In other words, are they creating chaos and violence on purpose? Yes, I'm actually going as far as to say that it's possibly the fact that the deep state set up the National Guard and had something to do with the shooting. I am going that far. Why am I going that far? Well, because of this. This shooter, which I can't pronounce his name, nor do I care to pronounce his shooter, was part of the CIA. That's right. You heard that correctly. Listen to this. CIA Director John Ratcliffe, good guy, has confirmed that the suspected National Guard shooter, Afghan national, whatever the hell his name is, previously worked for a special forces unit in Afghanistan, now Talibanistan as it's fallen, that also was under the control of the Central Intelligence Agency. New information is coming out and coming to light about the Kandahar Strike Force, or as it's commonly known, Zero Units. The Kandahar Strike Force, also known as Zero Units, was composed of Afghan nationals under the command of the Afghan National Directorate of Security Forces, which was working with and under the tutelage of our intelligence agency, and in specific, the CIA. The New York Slimes even reported that the Zero Units were trained and equipped directly under the CIA, and they were trained to conduct clandestine missions and operations across Afghanistan. An image of the ID badge circulating widely online on Thursday purportedly shows the suspect in the shooting of the National Guard members saying that he was, quote, assigned to the Kandahar Strike Force, or the O3 unit. As one of the members of this Zero Unit that worked closely with the United States government, and in particular the CIA and other foreign forces during the war in Afghanistan, the badge also carries the words Firebase Gecko, which was the name of a base used by the CIA and special forces in Kandahar. Inside what was previously the compound of the Taliban's founding leader, Mullah Muhammad Omar. CBS News is also reporting that, not in an independently verified way as of yet, but the authenticity of the ID badge shows in the photos that it is indeed real. Furthermore, CIA Director John Ratcliffe said that the suspect previously worked with the United States government, including the CIA, as a member of a partnership and force in Kandahar. The Zero Units were exclusively composed of Afghan nationals and operated under the umbrella of the National Directorate of Security, or NDS, the intelligence agency established with the CIA's backing in Afghanistan and previously U.S.-backed government. A former senior Afghan general under that previous government told CBS News on Thursday that the O3 unit in particular, also known as the Kandahar Strike Force, KSF, was under Special Forces directions of the NDS, and they were the most active and professional forces trained and equipped by the United States CIA. All of their operations were conducted under the CIA's command. No wonder this Afghan national, who, by the way, was on one of those flights filled with Afghanis that were never vetted, that the Autopen brought in to the country, unvetted, they admit it, they were completely unvetted. And there's hundreds, if not thousands of them all around the country. And this just so happens to be one of them that did this. How many more are there? How many more are right now plotting and planning and organizing and strategizing against the United States of America? This guy screamed Allah Akbar before sneaking up like the coward he is and shooting these National Guards basically from behind. It's sick. We need to stop immigration. We need a 20-year moratorium on all immigration. I said this earlier today, and I stick by it. I've also said that the yesteryear immigrants that came here legally, that came through Ellis Island, that came through the right channels and the right commands, they wanted to be Americans. They wanted to assimilate to America. They wanted to give back to America. They wanted to make America a better place. They were proud of America. They were proud and honored and privileged to have the security, the freedom, the prosperity that the United States of America offers immigrants. But you turn that around in the last 30 to 40 years, and now the immigrants that come here, they don't come through the front door. No, they sneak around the back. That's right, they sneak in, they break our laws immediately, they invade our country, they refuse to assimilate, and not only that, they have a different attitude. They have an entitlement attitude. They have an attitude that says, I don't care about America. I don't care about America's customs. I don't care about America's traditions. I don't care about America's laws, obviously. What can I take? What can I extract from America? What can I get from the country? How can I deplete the country's resources by having my entire family on welfare? It's a complete different attitude. And until immigrants, legal especially, come the right way, don't sneak in and want to give back to the country instead of take from the country, we don't want you here. We don't want you here. And I hope and pray that President Trump is not just upset about what happened with the National Guard and actually keeps his promise. Because he has now said that he's eliminating immigration from 19 countries, which is amazing. Thank you, God, for doing that. But more importantly, he's also making sure that the TPS programs are completely gone, the temporary provided status for these immigrants. Remember, they're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats, they're eating the pets. Well, guess what? Not anymore. Because now these disgusting Haitian sickos are going to be gone no later than February. So we won't have to worry about cats and dogs being eaten in back alleys in Ohio anymore. These people are animals, okay? And when you come from a country that's a third world shithole, and you come with a violent tendency, violent streak, with diseases, with everything else, and you come into our country without being vetted, and you come in illegally, you're not giving us anything. You're taking everything away from us. You murder our citizens, you rape our women, you pillage our communities, you make our neighborhoods less safe. I don't care who hears this. I'm done. And I'm so thankful and so happy that the President of the United States, which I've been calling for since January 20th of 2025, for him to take a very hard stance on every single person in this country that's here illegally, I'm glad. I am tickled pink that he is finally doing this. It is way overdue. And so, I said this before and I'll say it again. Our generosity, our heart, our empathy is our most dangerous thing that we could possibly do. Because letting these people in has nothing to do with being empathetic. It's stupid. It's stupidity. And it's dangerous. And that's what it's doing. It's killing our citizens. It's destroying our country. It's depleting our resources. And it's time for you all to go home, get the f- out of our country, and never come back. Because you know what? You're not wanted. Those are my thoughts. What are yours? Put them down in the comments below. We'll see you in the next one.